Kingdom Hearts forms tier list. Aha, we were talking about this the other day. Do I? Yeah, that's the question. Do I know what the forms are called? Obviously not, because Talus was listing them the other day, and I was like, I've never heard these words you're speaking. So at least I know. Um. 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 So Valor form, Wisdom form, Limit. No, is this Limit form? No, wait. One of these is. Is it bad that I mostly know these by the figures I own? Bean said listings are drip, snazzy, cool, plain, and dull. Well, I'm too old for to use the word drip. Um, they're all cool. They're all snazzy and cool. Um, so this one is one of my favorites because there's actual there's like figures of it. This is final form. We were just talking about this. It's so funny. Uh, um, Final form is one of the best because those figures are like some of the rarest, and I own them all. I'm happy about that. I've never been crazy about, is this limit form or is this limit form? What is this form? These are all KH2. What's the difference between these two? Tell us, Kingdom Hearts, educate me. Because like one of these is one of these is when you eat like Goofy, and one of them's when you eat Donald, right? Like this is wisdom form when you eat Donald. I don't think I've ever seen these renders before. And this one's like when you eat Goofy. Master form. Is that when you eat both of them? That's when he has no, okay, that's when he has Oblivion. Wait, now I'm confused. Doesn't he have two Keyblades? He has two Keyblades here. Why doesn't he have two Keyblades here or here? Wait, now I'm confused. KH2 is not my peak knowledge. Iridescent! Hi, Iridescent. Um, okay, so this is limit form and this is master form. You get the dual Keyblades with some of the dry forms. Ah, okay. Hey, I know enough to know that the reason he can wield two Keyblades is because of Roxas. And Ven, because he's got other hearts inside him. He's got other boys inside him. That's why. It's a game about boys and boys. That's right. It's because of the other boys inside him. Is why he can wield two Keyblades. Why can Roxas wield two Keyblades? Wait. Roxas doesn't have boys inside him. Is that because Xion? Or is that because Limit Form uses no partner and gives you KH1 skills. Yellow is Master Form, which uses both and gives you aerial combat. Ah. Okay. Okay. I've never liked the form as much that like makes you look like KH1 Sora. These are all really cool. These are cool. Rage form, rage, wait. This one's rage. This one's KH3, right? This one's KH3. No, this is KH. No, wait. One of them's when he gets angry. One of them's when like his like he's a heartless. This is isn't this KH2? And then this is KH3 where he just gets really angry. I like the angry one. I like the angry one because that's like all my friends died and now I'm so angry. It's like his desperation. It's like his desperation move and like Auntie, that's what it's called. I could not remember the name for some reason. Norme, thank you for the 26 months. Right. Auntie form is KH2. Limit form was a final mix exclusive. Ah. Yes, rage form. I like rage form better. Just because lore, because it's like it's not like his heart getting stolen or whatever. It's just he's angry all his friends died. Or all his friends are going to die. And so he gets extra angry. And I like that. This is the equivalent to KH2's limit form. Is it also called limit form? Because it's like, oh, now we're going to make him look like KH2 Sora, right? And like, that's cool. And he's got a figure too. They both got figures. I don't know if I think, doesn't he have a Play Arts? Do I have that? Do I have him? Isn't there a figure of this, or am I thinking of this one? I think there is. Maybe there's not a Formation Arts. What am I thinking of? There's a Bring Arts of this. Oh, this is called Second Form? Second Form, okay. Oh, there's a Play Arts Kai. There's a Play Arts Kai, the big one, the big figures of Limit Form. And then there's a Bring Arts of Second Form. Yes. That's what it is. These three have a couple. They have Play Arts, which are slightly larger than Bring Arts, if you're familiar with the Bring Arts. Those three have Play Arts figures. This one too. Actually, all of these have both Play Arts and Formation Arts. All four of these. They're really cool. This one, Final Form, has a Play Arts Kai as well, and a Figuarts as well. They have more merch because they were in original KH2. Yes. There's never been a Rage Form or an Anti Form as far as I know. I'm surprised there wasn't a Formation Arts of these. Unless there's a Funko, but I don't acknowledge Funkos. So, there's never been one of those, unfortunately. I don't know what any of these are called. This is Ultimate Form, right? That's Ultimate. Final Form and Ultimate Form. Ultimate Form's amazing. Ultimate Form's amazing. I think the only reason I like Final Form better is because Final Form has a bunch of figures, whereas Ultimate Form has none. Wouldn't that make an amazing figure? And I don't like the zebra stripes. Why did they give him zebra stripes on his pants? I don't understand that. He's not a zebra. I love the swords, though. The swords almost make up for it. The rainbow swords almost make up for it. This, I think it would beat out this one. This one has Oathkeeper and Oblivion, though, which is also amazing. I love them both. Red is Strike Form. How did I not know these had names? Red is Strike Form. Yellow is Guardian. I knew Guardian, and I knew that because of the figure. I did know Guardian Sora. That is the one that I knew because there's a Guardian Sora Bring Arts figure. And then Strike Form, okay. And then blue is Element Form, green is Blitz Form. Huh. Okay. Is it just like the category of weapon? No, these aren't all in C. I just have to move them up. I like all these. I like all these. I like all these. I like all these. I like all of these. I like all of these. I'd probably actually move these up to A. These are amazing. Sora's a magical girl. Pirate Sora wins out, though, just because Pirate Sora. Exactly. You got it, Ginger Dragon. Pirate Sora. Pirate Sora is always in A. Guardian Form, yes, exactly. Guardian Form somehow got merch. Guardian Form Sora was one that when I was collecting all the Bring Arts figures, and granted, remember, I was collecting these figures came out like before KH3 launched. I didn't start really collecting, like deciding, oh shit, I gotta collect everything from Kingdom Hearts. I didn't start like collecting everything from Kingdom Hearts until like a year after KH3 came out. So I was looking for these things secondhand. I wasn't like pre-ordering them as soon as they came out. It's kind of sad now. I'm like there's very rarely stuff anymore. Like all the stuff from the past currently I've already tracked down and have the vast majority of it. So like I'm not like now I'm just like if something new gets announced that I want, I pre-order it and just wait for it to arrive. There's not like and there's no hunt really involved in that. There's the hunt for like the best price like the day it comes out, but there's not like the satisfaction of like, oh my god, I finally found it for a decent price, right? like, and I'm sad about that because that's even more, that's so fun for me, is like hunting down those older items. And there's still stuff I can do that with, but like right now, like there's, you know, it's not like I'm desperately trying to collect all of the old Kingdom Hearts figures. I pretty much have them all. I don't have them all, but I have all the ones I like want or care about. Because there's a whole, they made a whole line of KH2 play arts, and KH1, because they made like Sephiroth and Cloud and Axel and I think they made like Jack Skellington, and like they made a lot, and I'm not interested in collecting all of them. I collected all the Soras, and I think I have the Roxas, um, and the Kyrie. They made like a KH2. I don't know why they didn't make Riku. They made a KH2 Kyrie in her school uniform, so like I have her. They made a lot of random ones from KH1 and 2. Yeah, and then they moved the Bring Arts. But like at that point, you know, I was already collecting. There was a couple Bring Arts. What got me on this topic was that the Guardian formed Sora, and he was even like, I think some kind of like, he was available. He was very limited, like he was available from a convention or something, or I don't know the exact story, but he was more of a limited special edition Sora, the Guardian form Sora, with the shield. So I had to track him down, and that was actually one of the rare figures that was cheaper on eBay than on like Yahoo Japan auctions, which is usually, even with like the international shipping fees and stuff, and the proxy fees, usually stuff is still cheaper than like eBay resellers. But that was one that I actually, like, I'm glad I went to eBay because he was being sold for ridiculous prices on like Yahoo Japan auctions. And then I went to eBay and got him for like $30 or something, like really cheap. So I'm really glad that I went and looked. Xemnas is a zebra. Why can't Sora be one, right? Oh, it's tied to the weapons. They each have some passives, like Strike Form gives you more. Oh, okay. So like Strike Form's offensive, Blitz is movement. Ah, okay, okay. They need to manufacture less so the fandom fights over the death for it. It's so weird because you never know what's going to skyrocket in price and what's not. In general, though, as sad as it sounds, it's true that any of the girls, with maybe the exception of Aqua, don't sell anywhere near as well as like any of the male characters. So some of the most expensive like resell Nendroids and Bring Arts in Kingdom Hearts are all of the female characters. Like, good luck finding a Kairi or a Xion. Namine still exists, but like good luck finding like getting a Kairi for under $200 because they just don't sell as well, so they don't make as many. So they're a lot rarer. So the resale price is like insane compared to the other characters. So if any of the girls ever come out and you want them, you need to get them like as soon as they come out because they don't make a lot of them, unfortunately. Like I'm lucky they made them at all. I was shocked they made that second run of Bring Arts. Play Arts Kai, the big figures, that they did like the Sora and they did like the Sora version 2 and then the Riku Play Arts Kai figures. I was shocked they made Kairi. So I was like, they made it like knowing she wasn't gonna sell. And they made her anyway. And I'm so happy because now I have a Destiny Trio. They just didn't make a deluxe edition of her. They made a deluxe edition of both Sora and Riku. Because they know Sora and Riku are gonna sell, but not Kairi. I'm shocked they made Kairi. And then this is friendship form. This is friendship form. Wait, why are there... So, okay, so it's just like... This was the Remind DLC. You've got the, like, Oblivion and Oathkeeper, but then you got the two of them. Is there any explanation, like, lore-wise, why he can still wield these two Keyblades even when Roxas isn't inside him anymore. He's that powerful. Does Sora have the Keyblade? Because he was bequeathed the Keyblade from Xehanort. Is that ever going to be addressed, do you think? Or are we just going to kind of hand wave that off? Do you think that's going to come into, like, is that going to be a thing, do you think? Does he just have the Keyblade now? Wonder if that's going to be how he gets home. Yeah, anyway, these are all the best. Just because. And there, he's got Riku and Kairi's Keyblades. That's the best. Light form for Oathkeeper, dark form for Oblivion, and double form. I love it. I think it's possible it'll be addressed, but I also think it's possible it never comes up. Same. I hope it's addressed. But I would not be surprised if it's just never mentioned again. It wouldn't surprise me, and yes, I think it's possible that they never mention it, and I also think it's very possible that it does come up. I actually think it's more possible that it's never mentioned again. But I hope it's like some kind of key to him getting back from Quadratum. If it's addressed, I think it'll be something like, oh, Sora used it to lock Kingdom Hearts again and then relinquish the Keyblade. Oh, you think like off screen he like gave it back to Kingdom Hearts or whatever, gave it back to the ether. Would you have to split it again into like light and dark shards? What if he does something like that? What if he like splits it up again and like hides the shards across? Like, does he have that power? Does he have that know-how? Like hide the shards across the cosmos so that it can never be wielded again or something like that? Would that be like a Sora thing to do? What if he like bequeaths it to Riku or something? That'd be interesting. He needs to pass his Mark of Mastery exam. Screw Yensid. Screw Yensid. Sora's a Keyblade master. He literally, I want him to go back home, look Yensid in the eye, and say, "Am I a Keyblade master? Am I a Keyblade master?" So you say in your eyes, "I'm literally wielding the Keyblade." Like. I don't think Melody of Memory is peak. No. Peak Sokai is Remind. Actually, it might be KH1. Would KH1? I think that's up to Sokai's. Like, I don't think it's any debate that Dream Drop Distance is peak Soriku. Because that's the Soriku the game. There's never been Sokai the game. Except again, Remind. I think Remind. I would say Remind definitely is like peak Sokai. They got all the cute scenes in Remind. It was literally about him going to save her. Yeah, Melody of Memory had Kairi on the front of the box and then did everything it could to like not include Kairi. She wasn't in the credits. She like wasn't playable in the game except for that very final fly through that you couldn't fail. She turned into Sora in the final battle. She wasn't originally meant to be the one to narrate the game. And then she was told she couldn't go save Sora. So Kairi got shafted in the game that she's on the box. The most Kairi got in Melody of Memory was I was gonna say her backstory. A teeny weeny tiny glimpse of her backstory as far as like getting kidnapped in Radiant Garden. But even then, like, it left us wanting so much more about her past and her origins. And it was a lot about her inner struggle. We got to, even though we already kind of knew her inner struggle, but it did show a lot more because all the stuff that happened in Melody of Memory, with her, be like her fighting Xehanort and stuff, was in her own mind. It was like her own insecurities. She was fighting her own insecurities in Melody of Memory, which was really cool. Which was really cool. I like that true Sora. I like that a lot with the Keyblade. Sora wielding the Keyblade. Maybe he has it, but it's too powerful for him to summon it on command. It would have to be like in a desperate moment or something like some other, power, like kind of forcing it out of him, kind of like a like for example in Sailor Moon, while she is Princess Serenity, it's when like it's like a desperation move that she turns into Princess Serenity and uses Princess Serenity's like powers and the power of the Ginzui show. It's only when like everyone's about to die, like desperation move type thing. So that could be some kind of desperation move or something else draws it out of him. The situation, his friends are dying in front of him, so he summons the Keyblade. I think that would be really cool. That would be really, really cool. I like that. I actually like that the best. Wing, thank you for the big fight. Her not being playable is so rude, right? There was no Destiny Trio. I could see if you had Destiny Trio as one of the trios you could play as for Melmem though, then you wouldn't like then there you wouldn't have Donald and Goofy. And I understand the Sora, Donald, and Goofy being one of the trios, right? And then like would you also have like Sora, Riku, and Kairi? Man, you still got Riku in there though, right? Nomura still got Riku in there with Riku and the Dream Eaters. That's arguably better. Arguably better. No, I actually would have liked Destiny Trio. We did also get the DDD Riku and Dream Eaters like menu screen, which was the best. Man, would I have rather gotten what we got or a Oh man, I love Destiny Trio though. I love the three of them together as friendos. They shafted her dialogue in English too, did they? Keyblade summons Kingdom Hearts, and Dark Road says if Kingdom Hearts is summoned, a sacrifice has to be made. So it's like the ultimate desperation. Ah, the ultimate desperation move. Ah. They should just let you mix and match all the playable characters instead of preset choose. Oh, that would have been the ultimate. That would have been the ultimate. Yes, just let you choose your specific trio. That would have been the best. No contest. Maybe that's how they'll explain the reset back to level 1 for KH5. He uses the Keyblade during that finale of 4, but overdoes it. Yes! Yes. I absolutely freaking love that there's a lore reason for Sora going back to level 1 at the start of every single game. That's so fantastic. Kairi never came off to me as insecure until Remine, where she's all please work and being all shook. Well, she's always been, Sora, never change. Don't leave the islands and let's go together. Let's ditch Riku and go together. Like, she's insecure about herself without Sora. That's why it was one of the biggest leaps forward for her character when she said, I want to go train for Aqua, because she actually chose something for herself that didn't involve Sora, like purposefully. Didn't involve Sora, wasn't about Sora, except that she wants to get stronger in order to help Riku find Sora. But still, it was a decision that was made for her that wasn't made because of her insecurity of not having Sora in her life. I know, exactly. Yeah, she's always been about Sora. She's insecure without Sora. That's why she shoved a Powerpuff fruit in his face She's like, let's promise to find each other again. And then Melody of Memory was about her, like, literally that's why she turned into Sora for the final battle, because she wasn't, and why she couldn't defeat her mind Xehanort, why he was like kicking her butt and grabbing her Keyblade, and she couldn't do anything against him. Like, that was her mind's decision. That wasn't actually Xehanort. That was literally her fighting her own insecurity. And the only way to defeat him was to rely on Sora. And so even then, you know, and then afterwards, you know, she turned back to herself and she's like, thank you, Sora. Like, because Sora's always helping her. That's why it was so powerful in the original Japanese KH3 when Sora and Kairi are in the tunnel going towards the light, Riku, that Kairi was pulling him, was guiding him towards the light out. And he turns to her and says, look, Kairi, you are powerful. Look what you're doing. You're helping. You're doing it. And he was lifting her up and saying, you're doing this on your own. You're helping. This is your power. He was so lifting her up. In the English dub, he said, I feel strong with you, Kairi. That was making it about him. No, in the original Japanese, it was about her. He was lifting her up and saying, look how strong you are. Look what you're doing. And that's why she blushed like, oh my God, I am, right? And he was acknowledging how awesome she is, even without swinging a Keyblade, right? And so like that was so telling, like, and that was, you know, part of kind of the start, I think, of her realizing that she has power, right? And then she, you know, she directly dealt with those insecurities, and in Melmem, and then you could say that, when one of my favorite lines that haunts me, and this I don't know what the original Japanese is, if there's a difference between the Japanese and the English translation, but when Xehanort grabs her Keyblade, and he says, you know, you've been they've been looking inside your heart for any clues for Sora, and he says, the mind Xehanort grabs her Keyblade, pulls her in, says right to her face, there's nothing for you to find here. Like, there's no Sora in your heart. He's not here. Which is funny, because then she kind of summons his essence to help her. You know, and it's you know, it's not him, it's her. It's his strength giving her strength to fight. But when he says there's nothing for you to find here, I wonder if it's partly her accepting basically his rejection. Basically, you know, Sora doesn't love you. Because obviously she has a crush on him. And obviously, you know, even though the Paupu fruit was a, you know, let's find our way back to each other. Here, we'll share it so that we're linked and we'll always be together in each other's hearts, right? Even though it is that, you cannot tell me that canonically she was hoping for him to take it romantically, right? Right? And then when she realized that he responded like a little confused, a little confused boy who's in love with Riku but doesn't know it yet, she quickly realized that, and, you know, oh no, this is just a little charm to make sure we always, you know, are together in each other's hearts. So you could, like, she course corrected instantly because she knew that might be a possibility, right? It's so interesting, the contrast between her and Riku that way. She's grasping, but Riku trusts that they'll find each other again. Well, Riku, I mean, they both have just unwavering belief in Sora. She's always been that, like, don't change. Like, she needs that physical, you know, exchange. She's always done that. The exchange. Here's my lucky charm in KH1. And, you know, let's share the Paupu fruit. Like, she needs those, like, physical representations of, like, let's be connected. Let's find our way back. Riku is Sora's dream eater, so they're not ever not going to be connected. Wasn't it really Sora at the end of Melmem? Xehanort deduced Sora was in Unreality from seeing that Sora was able to intervene, but his voice couldn't reach them or something. That's interesting too. Says like, yeah, his voice can't reach here because he literally was unvoiced in Melmem. Yeah, some of that is like I'm 100% convinced that's just like Kyrie's mind, Xehanort. Um, like it's a representation of her insecurities. But he does say things that kind of allude to him being in Unreality, right? Um, but how did like Yenzo and Ansem the Wise and Vexen learn about the Unreality thing? Was that through? Remember that the whole Radiant Garden scene when he sends little Kyrie, like Xehanort has always had like a tracker on Kyrie, right? Like you know, not like a physical. He implanted a chip in her or something, but like you know, a metaphysical. I don't know if he like put part of his heart in her or whatever, you know. But he's always like had tabs known where Kyrie is. Kyrie has always been a device for finding the Keyblade wielder, right? And it led her to Destiny Islands because it led her to Riku, but then KH1 happened, and then it became Sora. Sora got the Keyblade, but it was originally Riku. So Riku's light led Kyrie to Destiny Islands originally. So Xehanort's always been able to track her because Xehanort was looking for the Keyblade wielder, right? Shiny Pudding, Unicorn Girl, Dal Bartledev, welcome everybody. Sorry, we're just Kingdom Hearts brain dumping right now. It happens. Ansem the Wise proposed Unreality, a fictional world based on what Kyrie's inner Xehanort said. Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying is that it might have been a result of like the little piece of Xehanort's heart or whatever that was inside Kyrie, because they like deep dove. It took a freaking year. This wasn't a quick scan of Kyrie's heart. This was a deep freaking dive into like Kyrie's heart and her soul to try and find clues. And so like I think they maybe found a little Xehanort in there, whatever he was using to track her. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. So yeah, so maybe it was whatever part of Xehanort was inside Kyrie, like influenced that as well. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. But he put an X on Kyrie, exactly. Exactly. I'm doing well, Unicorn Girl. How are you? I also see it as him confirming for her that Sora being gone isn't entirely her fault. Oh, she went to sleep because she was certain there was something for her to find, but she had to accept that there isn't anything to find because this whole thing was orchestrated and planned to happen and had nothing to do with her incompetence. Ah, I like that too. I like that too. That's another way to interpret it. He could have also gathered that because of the mere fact that she couldn't reach him at all, if he was still in their reality, the links between their hearts, would have helped her reach him somewhat. There's nothing for you to find because he's not even in this reality anymore, right? Yeah. Yeah, it could be interpreted either way. I like that. I like that it's up to interpretation. But her inner Xehanort saying his voice can't reach us here is a clue that he isn't on their plane of reality. Okay. And that's why he was like, you know, on reality, fictional world, right? Yeah, Yen Sid said that Xehanort knew about unreality for a long time through all of his experiments. Yeah. Kyrie was low-jacked by Xehanort. Oh, I hope work's going smoothly, Unicorn Girl. Thank you for joining us. I forget if you have you played Kingdom Hearts? We really have to take a break. We really have to take a break. All right, break time. Break time, get up and stretch, grab a drink, grab a snack, get some water. Please get some water and stay hydrated, everybody. I'll see y'all in a few minutes. Thank you. Thank you for that tier list, Bean, and our half an hour Kingdom Hearts. Words just escape me. Sidetrack? Kingdom Hearts sidetrack? Yeah. All right, I'll be back.